Good evening, everybody. So here's the deal. You suck at Destiny 2.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Here's what you need to do. Not be ass at the game. This is why you clicked on this video. Because I'm about to tell you, I'm about to give you the tips, the actual way of not being completely trash at Destiny 2.
Nothing complicated here. Defend your allies and defeat your opponents.
Here's the first tip, alright? 5 things that enemies will do right on contact, alright? 1, they're either gonna rush you. 2, they're gonna anchor and wait, or jump and try and rush you. 3, they're gonna backpedal. They're gonna say, you know what, I'm not trying to get into this gunfight. Why don't I just wait for him to come in so I can predict him easier and, crap on him. 1, 2, 3 is what you should keep in mind for a straight off spawn. The 4 and 5 are what you should keep just in mind. So, double nades or throwing knives exist. They will happen. Be careful of that.
Don't drop your guard.
You can hear it, okay? You can hear when they chuck a nade. Listen for it, alright? Power ammo or a super. You can see a super in the top of your scoreboard just to see if, the enemy team is about to drop one on you. You can see that. That's always visible. Power ammo, be ready for that. Obviously, rocket launchers, obviously, machine guns. If you hear them pick up power, you see it in the bottom left in the chat, then, prepare for it, alright? So here's the deal. These are the rules that I play by. I will assure you that these are some of the things I think about, and it definitely helps me do more consistently well than most players.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Change position when faced with a sniper or arbalist. Sometimes I'll still even change position when I receive any sort of long range engagement, but later on I'll talk about shoulder peeking. That's really where that comes in. But number 2 is do not go the same direction every single round when you spawn. Do you know how predictable that is? Stop it. Stop being trash. Think harder, alright? So here's the deal. Number 3, decrease your standby time. Momentum goes a long way in Destiny 2, okay? So here's the deal. What do I mean by standby time? What I mean by standby time is when you kill somebody and you just engaged in a gunfight and you're like, dang, I just killed him, thinking about that, you're feeling good, oh yeah, right? And you forget. There's another guy around the corner. He's about to slide in and completely shotgun you down. Alright, you're done. You're done zone. Alright, so you gotta be ready for that. Number 4, stay thinking and level-headed. So always stay thinking about what's going on. Be aware of your surroundings. Keep in mind positioning. Think about where the other players are. Track them in your mind. Also keep your level head. You've got to stay calm in every scenario. You cannot engage in a gunfight and be nervous about dying. You have to just treat it as such. You have to get in a gunfight, try and win it, and move on in your head to thinking about something else while you're aiming. Aiming has to become second nature. It needs to just check in. Anyway, number 5 is work on tracking multiple people at once, preferably 3. Just touched on that. That's how you actually genuinely become pro. You need to be able to predict multiple people at the same time. 6, educate yourself, okay? You need to know what is in this game. You need to know what you're going to be coming into contact to. You need to know what the current metas are. You need to know what to expect, okay? And you need to know how weapons work. It's not just knowing that a weapon is able to kill you and you're like, damn, I hear that sound of the spare rations. I hear that sound of the Lord of Wolves. I gotta get out of here. That's not what you need to know. You need to know that spare ration takes 4 to 5 shots to kill. You gotta know that Lord of Wolves is great close range, but farther range is kind of okay. Even though on PC, it's totally different. I'm a console player. But anyway, some skills to master would be, shoulder peeking. That is a concept you will hear about in multiple different games, not just Destiny 2. Most of the time you'll see it in games like CSGO, where you just go back and forth around the corner. And in Destiny it works really well just because most guns take more than 1 shot to kill you, unless you're faced with a sniper or a mountaintop or anything like that. So another thing you should think about is drag scoping and predicting distance. So drag scoping is when you're gonna wanna flick to a target and just land on him, and then let go when you land. So just figure that out. I currently play on the highest sensitivity on console, 10, just because it allows you to really move faster, and that's the only way like you're really going to be able to be proficient in like close range scenarios. Because if the guy you're facing can't really turn that fast, you're going to win like by just hitting him faster than you, especially with a shotgun. Mid-air shooting and subclass use, make sure you understand how to adjust mid-air. Like certain guns will do different like patterns in the air. It's sometimes random, but you know, if you can kind of get a hang of how it like shoots when you first shoot at a certain level, like it's kind of consistent, and you can maybe hit more jump shots just by, you know, trying to get that done. Lots of good players like Acid Cross, lots of good players like Kenny Cakes and all them big names in the Destiny community. They'll tell you that, you know, you always want to use snipers that you just feel good with. Like most snipers will just tell you that. But yeah, these are the rules I like to, you know, play by. And the last thing I just want to say is there's going to be times when following all these rules are kind of predictable. Like when you're getting to high tier play, like maybe playing a little stupider might end up winning, just because like people predict so hard at a certain level that they know everybody's thinking like them, that like you can win because you're playing it in a different way that isn't following these rules. So that's why I'd say number 7, mix it up. You know, you gotta stay creative, you gotta do something they wouldn't expect. And, you know, swapping around, like how you go into a room, like jump one time, slide the other, peek the other. Like you gotta mix it up, be unpredictable. And these are the rules that I follow all the time. And this is how you not be trash at Destiny 2.